Hello everybody. Right, okay, so I was just getting ready to put the next lot of glue filling on, but as I was looking at the wood, I found a few more bits that need carving, so I'm going to take the time now just to get some rough bits of the carving done that need doing, because basically what I was doing was I was just checking the wood for any bits, like for example, I mean this one hasn't had any glue on it, but this one's had a bit of a glue repair on one side, so I was looking on the other side, well there's nothing there, and I was putting it to one side, but there's a bit of carving that needs doing on it. And then it's the same with this, it had a bit of glue on that side, doesn't really need any more, but I then spotted there's a little bit there that needs a little bit of carving and a bit there as well. Have a look on the underneath of this one, I'm pretty sure this one, yeah, this needs quite a bit of glue filling to be honest. Right, so that's going to need some, I'll get to that. Okay. So while I just check these for sort of, does it need glue on any filling on the other side, I can then also have a look whether they are going to need any carving. So I did remember that obviously there was a few bits that I saw that did need, there was a few sort of split bits that need carving. Now with the glue filling that I've been doing, it's nowhere near dry enough to sand. It's been a few hours since I applied it. It's dry enough for me to move it. And it's dry enough to be able to touch it. Interestingly, that's sunk in a lot. That's a good point actually. There was a few of the knots, wasn't there, where probably it was on that big piece, wasn't it? Well, it's not finished having the chance to properly sink in yet, but I mean on this bit you can see that it has sunk in a lot, and it's still left a few holes, but it's not too bad really. Is there any other bits on there? Yes, that need gluing. Okay, what about these little pieces? Okay, that one, I'll say no. And on that one, I would say no. And on that one, I would say no. Oh. Right, let's check this big piece. Oh. I'm pretty sure this has got more than needs doing on it, but nothing on that side. To be fair, nothing really on that side, and nothing on that side, so that'd be a no as well. Okay. Right, so yeah, there's not a lot of glue. There's not a lot of gluing to do, but I will do a little bit of carving first, because it would make sense to do that. Okay, so I've got a bit here, and where was that other bit? There. Okay. Okay, be careful here, cutting towards me. I mean, I'm not looking at getting a perfect carve on on this bit. I'm just looking to just get the main bit off that I need to get off. The full smoothing of it will come later. Oh, let's do the bit there. Interesting, that noise then just let me know that I cut through a loose bit. I know in a previous video I'd mentioned about listening to the sounds. Yeah, it was that. I mean, to be honest, from where I'm sat here, I couldn't actually see where the split bit was. But as soon as I went in with a knife and it made that particular noise, I knew straight away that was on the split bit, which is exactly where I needed to be. Okay, does that need any more gluing doing on it? No, it doesn't, so that one can go over there. And that gives us this one. Where was the bits? Okay, so we've got that bit there. And yeah, there's a bit there. Okay, so I'm not seeing any other bits. Interesting, from this angle I can see a very different colour change from this to that. It's almost like this is oxidised a little bit. I don't know if that's the right word, but changed colour because of the oxygen, so yeah, I guess it is oxidised. Right, where was that little split bit there? Okay. Looking at that there. I'll join those two up a bit. Interestingly, doing it from this distance, it's actually giving me quite a nice feel and a nice angle on the blade. It's not a very comfortable position to be perched in, but maybe it's sort of showing me that when I'm carving, I need to make sure I've got my blade a lot flatter. Interesting, yeah, there is oxidisation because this bit I'd carved a few days ago. Very different colour to that bit. Interesting. Well, I find it interesting. Nobody else might. Right, okay, I think that's the bits of carving done that I really needed to do. If I happen to, there's a bit built this and I could do with being tidied up. If I do happen to come across any other bits that need doing, I will leave them until I've done all the gluing. That was not meant to rhyme, at least not this time. I was not intending on taking that much of a slice off, but was already taking a big slice. Oh, should have turned it round. Because now I'm taking a big chunk out of it, which I didn't really need to be doing. Making a bit of a mess of this, if I'm honest. Right, let's try sorting it out from the distance. See if we can get a better job on it. I can see just around here there's another split level. Okay. That's slightly excessive. I carve that, but it'll get it. I mean, once again, people might wonder. I know when Steve come round the other day, he wondered why I was bothering carving the shelves. And as I've said all along, it's like with these shelves, yes, I want a set of shelves, but it's also about being able to practice some techniques, like with the varnishing, with like the carving, so that other things that I'm going to do can benefit from them. I am taking way too much wood off here, but it needs to come off, because otherwise it's just going to split. Yeah, so with the carving, part of me finds it a little bit therapeutic, but at the same time, at the moment, I'm not. It's not like I'm doing any finishing with it. It's more preparation. Also, because I can't really just get the power sander out, I wanted another option, and the carving gives me that option. I have taken a massive, massive chunk out of there now, but, you see, I was going to say but, it's got the job done, it hasn't, it's still there, look, there's still the premise of a split. Oh, you know what, looking at it, it goes back quite a way to about here. So that's where the edge is at the minute. It goes back to there. That's why I keep finding a split, because it needs to go, it's going to have to go much further back. I'm going to have to turn it around and do it from this side. Swirl there. we go. That's better. Okay, hopefully I can tidy that up a little bit with the sander. And I've almost, I can still see a little bit of the signs of the split, but not now. Well, I did just feel it. I wonder if I didn't quite go deep enough at this edge. Which is why I've still got a bit of a split line. I mean, it's difficult to see it from this side, but as I've just turned the wood, yeah, I can see it clearly now. Well, I must admit, I was not really expecting to be doing much carving today, or any, but I still need to get the gluing done. I want that done so that I can try and carry on tomorrow. Oh, you bugger. Holy cow, how's that just split so deep in there? That was weird. It's kind of like split down the middle of a piece of wood. Well, I know that sounds stupid, but the bit that wasn't split, all of a sudden a crack appeared. It could be I've been going too deep into this wood and it's showing the pains of it. Ow. Okay, thumb's hurting now. Okay, stop. I'm kind of getting myself into a catch-22 position here where I'm trying to tidy up a bit and ending up carving into the wood more and then making it worse. So I need to stop doing that. Okay. Otherwise I could be here all fucking day. Annoyingly though, I can't leave that, it's still still got silent, still showing the split. I don't know if you can see it on the camera, but just here, there, look. That's not me just going further and further in with it. That's naturally where the split is. That's what I'm trying to get down to and get away. So like for example there, that has just taken away that whole bit that was showing the split, other than that bit which I just felt. Now that'll either be the end of it, or as I can see as I've turned it, I can still see that it carries on. I'll have to keep going, annoyingly. Oh, that felt different. It could have just been a slightly different density of wood in that bit, but that's too close to my hand for my liking. Okay, I have just made that worse again, bastard. I could just simply be making this worse for no real benefit, but or no real gain. Oh, I can't see the split bit. No, okay, I think I got it. Right, well, I was meant to be fucking gluing. So, what I'm going to have to do is just have a quick vac up, and then I will get on with my gluing, so I'll be back in a minute. Okay, time to get back to what I was doing, which is the gluing. Now, I don't think there's loads that needs doing, but there is enough. But it's, well, I think it's getting up to about 9:30, and I'm hungry, and I was going to treat myself today, so I want to kind of get this done so I can then order some dinner in. And then chill out. Right, so mix this up a bit. I may have too much sawdust in there, we'll see. And I have got a couple of deep bits to sort out on this particular piece. Yeah, I think this could probably do with a little. Well, I was going to say could probably do with a little bit more glue, but actually I'm not going to bother. I think it might be alright. Yeah, it's just sloppy enough. Sounds a bit fucking wrong that, but did not go right at all. I still maintain it looks fucking crude and horrible doing it like this, but it's so far seemed to be the most effective way of doing it. Gravity take its course with the glue. Oh. I was going to top up on my stick, but I think I probably should have done, to be honest. Okay. That's got a little bit over here then. I'm going to try and dab a bit into. Okay, so I shall pop this out of the way for now. I've seen another bit that might need carving, but if I start carving that, I'm going to end up with potentially a giant hole, so I might have to leave that. It's a bit where it looks like there was going to be a knot, but in the end there wasn't one. Let's get this out of the way. And what we've got on this one then. Okay, yes. I know on one of these there's the big hole, or the big slice. I suppose it's a hole, really, that I need to do. And I'm actually looking forward to doing that as well. You know, I'm going to try something here. This is the one that's got this other bit that needs a little extra more filling on it. I mean, with things with the knots as well, there's two reasons for putting the glue on, as I mentioned before. One is to try and fill the holes, and two is to stop them from breaking up. We'll see how that one goes with gravity working against both sides of it. Okay, so we've got a bit there, but I think I'll sand that out, to be honest. Okay, got a bit on the knot there, and that'll be it for this piece anyway. Yeah, so start with this bit, the size of the hole on this. If I leave this, it's just going to get worse, and it'll crumble, and it'll come out, or want to. So I might as well seal the fucker in. Right, so this should be, yes, the big hole. Okay, there's some bits that I've carved there that need tidying up, but I'll tidy those up a different day. The important bit on this is this is a big hole, which I'm going to have to try and really scoop this into. because if I just leave it like that, there's still going to be a hole, so I do need to try and get it down in there. That might look like a chocolate milkshake, but it isn't. So I could do with a syringe really, and then I could squirt it in there a lot easier. The thing is, I know that looks, it kind of looks full, but I know that it isn't, because I know I've not put anywhere near enough glue on that. Yeah, so I've got a big air bubble in there, which is what obviously I want to get rid of. So hopefully with this one, by dolloping loads on like this, it should, over time, sink in a bit. And what I want to do is get a flash spike, just try and make sure I don't have an air bubble in there still, which I reckon I have. No, I might not have actually. Well, we shall see how that gets on. I'm gonna just put a little bit more on this end. Because if an air bubble pops out at that point, I want to have a little extra. Now obviously there is a lot on there. There's a big dollop, but it's going to need it, to be honest. Okay, so all I can do now is leave those to dry. Let's have a look at how my gravity one is going. Yeah, I mean it's definitely bulging a bit, but we'll see. Might get away with it. Okay. Right, so that's going to be me done for today, because there's nothing else I can do on this now. I just hope that the weather in a day or two is going to be good enough for me to be able to take these outside and sand them down. Because if the weather isn't good enough, then I'm stuck with them. I won't be able to do anything. Well, I might be able to do a little bit more carving on them, but tidy that up. But I really need to get the power sanding done on it. So yeah, and it will be interesting to see how. So I'm just gonna get rid of a bit of a droop. Yeah, it will be interesting to see how this lot comes up in the end, because this is the most amount that I've done on a dollop, done by dollop. So it'll be interesting to see what it looks like in the end, but obviously I'm still going to need to clean it with white spirits when that time comes. But yeah, the other thing I've got to do as well, obviously after this shelf, we're on to the last one. Yeah, and I know that's going to need quite a bit of work on it. I know it does, which I'm kind of not looking forward to. But it's one of those things where getting closer and closer all the time. So yeah. Anyway, right, I'm going to stop there so I can chill out, get myself some dinner, and yeah, make the most of the rest of the night. See you in a bit.